Thursday, it's time for some thoughting.
And I got some.
This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together,
We are PM Artist Studio.
Ooh.
Harmonize.
Harmonating. That's what Izzy says. Harmonate with me, Mommy. Harmonate. That's her daddy's driving down the road going, God. It's loud. All right. Well, hello, everyone. Please do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, we do not know that you are here. If you want to just stay in the background, totally fine with us. We do not mind that at all. But we would love it if you would give those thumbsy upsies. Lets everybody know that, hey, you know, we watch some same things. You watch the same things. We might like the same things. And then, oh, hey, PM Artist Studio.
Yeah, and then it shows up over there on the sidebar.
And she thinks that it's true. I don't know if that's
I think it does.
That's notifications. That's if you ring the bell. So subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. It does show up over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because the more... I've just noticed, you know, if you go off on some weird one, all of a sudden you got a whole bunch of weird ones and you lost the ones that you really wanted, so you got to go back and find...
and let YouTube know, hey, no, that was just a one-off. I'm sorry.
I hit the wrong button.
Hopefully we are not just a one-off. We would like to be a regular in your notifications.
Yes.
Yes. So do like, subscribe, share with your friends. You know, if you share us out to people, that also lets them know. So it is much appreciated. All right, let's say hello to everyone. We've got Amy Douglas is back. Wonderful. Apple. Art Curious, that's Miriam. Heather's in the house. Barbara. Becky. Oh, hello, Becky. I believe you are new. Welcome. Carrie, Christy, Colleen, Dana, Deb. Eddie is here. Hopefully you were feeling better. Ellen. Oh, somebody just popped in there. Barbara. No, we said Barbara, didn't I? Christy, maybe. I think so. Okay, we've got Ellen, Estella, Evie, Fran, Griffinshaw, that's Rhonda, Isabel, Janice Marie is in the house, Jeanette, aka Jeanette, Joni, Candace LaFleur, hello and welcome. I believe you are new. Linda, Lori, Lydia, Marcia, Maxine, Mitzi, Monica, Nancy, Panka, SAG, that's Sarah, Sherry, Silver Granny, that's Lynn, Tamarie, some people call her Tam. Teresa is here. Terry Jones, Tracy LeBouf, Trish Coogan, Wendy, and I believe that if, you know, Trish is here, Evie somewhere in the background, we'd like to say hello to her as well. And thank you. I think I already said it, but I want to thank you again. Please do tell your brother that the little postcard is so beautiful. I forgot to bring it up here and show to P. I've been just keeping it to myself in the office downstairs, but her brother sent us...
She's being stashed. She does that.
Oh, yeah, it happens with you too. So, you know.
Very rarely. Very rarely.
You know. Okay.
To be almost non-existent.
Just wanted to give out my love on that one. Okay. Yeah. All right, now what's next? Are you thoughting?
I'm thoughting.
It is Thursday. We're going to thought and then art.
I am thoughting.
I don't know what her thoughts are. I'm very excited.
Was Mary here today? Did I hear you say Mary? I don't think I did.
Not yet. She usually kind of comes in maybe a little later, I believe.
Well, I'll talk about her cards. I found them. They were in my book.
I found them over here.
And because I didn't get my book out Tuesday, I don't know what I was really thinking about that one when I put them in there.
Just a scramble.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I didn't lose them. That's one thing.
That is.
All right, Thursday Thoughts, July 13th, 2023. All right, y'all know about my Chinese fortune cookie. And basically it's my philosophical statement. I don't know. If I had to have a statement, I would say be prepared to modify your plan. I think you could start with that from the time you were born. And if you were to adhere to that, I think you'd be a much happier person than if you went.
Be prepared to modify your plan, and life is choices.
Are two very, yes. And that's really interesting that you would say that, because then I say, and make connections with what was done and the results. There we go.
we like doing that. It's very, and this is one of the things that I love about Fran and Violet, because, they got the mad scientist thing. They do a lot of experimenting and say, oh, if I did this, how about this? I love that approach to all things, but, in art, it can really drive you and help you grow.
Yes, and it's something that if you don't do it, it doesn't happen.
No.
If you find yourself picking up the same thing and doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what happens to artists.
I can't imagine that at some point it's probably not that satisfying either, because you're kind of like, okay, well, I know how to do that and that's great, but where's the next? And I think some people kind of get in the trap of, ooh, the next thing is like the next big product, which is, the fear of missing out. That is real. Because don't get me wrong. I mean, Little Miss, if Patty Tolly or Fran has it over here, we get a little bit of that. But then, I think you can find that same satisfaction in finding new techniques, in finding just that growth there. See, we didn't have this talk beforehand.
Yeah, I know.
And
maybe
she's like,
we
oh
should
goodness,
have. She asked me what my thoughts were.
That was a little
today,
enlightening.
I said, well, I want you to just be spontaneous.
Yeah, this is how it happens.
Yeah, you're kind of railroading my
Okay,
speech here.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. I do appreciate you. Okay. All right. So, to the extent that you're making connections with what was done and the results, it takes a little bit of time to ponder. Now, I'm going to define ponder for you according to P. Pondering to me is mental play that occurs when something wonderful happens, but it may not have necessarily been part of the original plan. And all of this whole thing here was sparked by something that happened, which I'm going to share with you.
And we pondered.
And I pondered. And I thought, am I just going to sit here and be mad about what happened here? Mm-hmm. Because it was kind of...
oh, sugar.
Yeah, one of those moments. And it's like, okay, I've done all this work, and now what am I going to do? Mm-hmm. It's not happening like I wanted it to happen. All right. So then you've got the definition. I'm going to read it to you again. Mental play. And it's something that occurs, and that occurs when something wonderful happens, but it may not have been part of the original plan. I want you to keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's the difference between pondering and a word that I hear some people, throwing out there quite often? Don't overthink it. And I think what they mean, what I determine as overthinking is, my term is steroidal analysis. It's something that becomes a creative paralysis rather than something that is taking you off into different places. Pondering, on the other hand, is a whimsical walk. I forgot to read this to you because I worked on this.
Sorry.
Whimsical walk down the creative boardwalk on a coolish day with intermittent clouds, a slight breeze, and a pistachio ice cream in a waffle cone. That's pondering. Pondering is, oh, let's try this. Or what about this? Or what about this?
Oh, that happened.
I shall try it out to see what happens.
Oh, I love it. Very dramatic.
Oh, I know. Just makes chills run up.
Yeah, definitely. And I should add that whole little thing to the P-isms, the glossary.
Oh, I should. Oh, well,
yeah.
I'll fetch it back out, because once it goes in its slot here, it kind of gets a little bit lost in the shuffle.
Yes, no doubt. Might be a week before we get to that bed when she does the next cleaning. Or, reorganize.
Yeah.
Shuffle.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start off here with my cards that I found.
Top side?
Top side. Ooh.
She's finding more things.
Yeah. I'll bring that back in. All right, remember I told you about my postcards. I've had these 3 postcards for probably, and I thought, you know, I'm feeling this. And I got this is, can you see this? I cut it away from, it's, what do you call those things?
Okay, well, I think that, I'm pretty sure that this comes from the, okay, it's the doodles, the urchins, and it's our urchins. Oh, why am I losing my little brain on this one? Because it's like there's the blocks and pulleys, and then there's the somethings and urchins.
Yeah.
Flowers and urchins.
Because this I cut off of gears.
I'll put a link. Hold on. 1 second.
I cut this off of gears because I didn't have any more of those. Well, I had some more, but I didn't know where they were.
Right.
These just happen to be out. That's kind of how I work. Is, you know, if it's out and around here and I pick it up, then that's what we're going to use for that day.
It's kind of, Darcy does that. What's on my desk?
And it's just because I'm being too lazy to actually do anything else. I was so happy to find these because Mariah says you need to move on this because, you know, we're going to Baltimore.
Yeah, don't be dilly-dallying.
You do not have
There's a week
3 weeks to do 3 postcards. Okay, so get on it. And I thought, well, I'm just going to use what I've got. So I thought, well, stars. And the whole thing. I may not have moons here, but everyone knows if the stars are shiny, the moon's there even if you can't see it. So this is a rather metaphorical, you know, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
And that's what this is. So I have a beautiful golden sun in each one of these. And here you can see it. I cut those in 2. And see that other part that went around there? Here it is. I cut it off. I'll tell you what, I spent a lot of time getting these boogers gold. Okay, so there it is. But it's not working over here for me. I did a lot of painting on this one. These, all I did on these was take that, you know, our new stuff.
Wait, 1 second.
Oh, are we gone?
Okay, we're on excellent. Okay, whew.
What happened?
All right, I think we're good. Are we good, guys? Yeah, there was a buffering, and then Brad was like, ooh, there was something, and then, so I was a little worried, but I think we're good. Okay, good. Okay.
We're good? I can carry on, Sally, for. Okay, so, I made this pinker. I took Opera Rose that Carrie sent me and put that there. I lost my little squares there, so I came back in with the Posca marker. They were brilliant white, and I didn't like that, so I went over them with turquoise. I don't know, one of those turquoises. Watered down. Yeah.
What do you mean, turquoise? The marker?
Paint.
Paint. Oh, okay.
So it's just paint here. This here is a dark sort of blue. Then I have yellow in here. I have put some more yellow in here. And this is what's beautiful about transparent paints. You're not obliterating what you have there. You're just adding.
You're altering.
You're altering.
It's another way to alter your plan. Sometimes it will alter it in a way that you then need to alter again.
Absolutely. But now I want you to look at these stars.
Those were done with the pearly stencil butter, right?
Pearly stencil butter. Then I went over them with the new watercolors.
Oh, the 10-box ones.
Yeah, that's why you're getting that kind of collected around the edge there.
Wonderful.
You see it? On these too. Not so much on these.
I love that one.
Yeah, I like this one too. I like this a lot. All right, so I wanted to make it sort of postcardy, not, you know, not really, but sort of, kind of. And I already had this stamp. So I stamped the moon and then put the stars on here. Signed my name and did a little cool little thing across there, not a postcardy thing, you know, dividing up that. And then I looked for quotes My God, most of them are like a paragraph long or
Yeah,
some kind of...
that's sometimes a real booger boo because you're like, no, I need this quick. I need a little...
I need 5 or 6 words.
I need a snippet.
And I'm not wading through that crap.
I need the TikTok version of this quote.
Yes. Synopsize for me. Okay, so I made up my own. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Sunshine in the morning warms the heart, the moon at night soothes the soul, and the stars will guide the way. Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
You heard it here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The sun sends rays of gladness to welcome the sprouting seeds. The moon becomes a nightlight, and the stars sing lullabies.
Very nice.
This one actually says, Mary, comma, may the sun shine on your day and the moon and stars at night to light your way.
Oh, very nice.
Alrighty, well, there we go. These wouldn't have happened had I not said, okay, what do I have, what do I need, and how can I make it happen? And I made connections with what was already there. You know, this thing happened to be hanging on one of these things.
It happens around here.
You know, it's divine intervention in the way I look at it, you know.
Jeanette, clap, clap, clapped for you. Now, Miriam said that was more than 5 words.
It was. It was more.
But they were more meaningful.
They were, because there was also a whole lot of other stuff in there that, you know, I just didn't want to go there. And nor did I think I needed to go there. You know, sometimes, you know, that thread thing, remember we did on that one card? We looked for a quote forever.
I mean, days. Like, and I was like, can you just write something? God, you're good at writing. Write me something. Please. Thank you.
And it was absolutely
I love that.
the perfect thing.
Yes. And just since we're kind of in a little transition here, those of you that have come in, hello. I know I haven't been kind of calling everybody's name out and everything. I've been trying to be a little bit more respectful of, like, when you're doing your thoughts. And things.
Especially if
if you're deep thoughting and it's really good.
Deep thought.
Just know that if it's not
If
really,
I-
if
if
I
I'm
don't
just
think it's
over
good,
here-
I'll be saying hello to people and things. Be like, whatever.
Yeah, if I'm just mussing about
Yeah.
over here,
Yeah.
you know, it's a bunch of stuff that
Just
really,
yammer.
yeah, just
But do say hello in the chat. We can say hello back, and give those thumbsy upsies. I know there was a little buffering thing there, but I think we're all past that, hopefully.
all right. Well, I just wanted to start with this. This is where I kind of did, and I'm going this. Remember, I inked up this stuff, and I did this stuff last time, and I actually watched this. The one that turned out really cool, Brian and I were trying to find it today because I was just sure that I did it on camera.
And I'm like, maybe, but I don't know. Let's look back. And it wasn't.
No, it was.
In fact, it was laying there in its, well, not its original form, but in its form before what happened after off camera, of course.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. This ink is not waterproof. It does really cool things, though. Because I was just looking at that and thinking, oh man, that's cool.
Hold it up. It's really trippy because it looks like it's blurry just in that spot.
It is blurry.
It
blurred
doesn't
out.
have like bad words or anything. We're not like...
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, you know, when it's like they're trying to blur something out in the video.
And look at what it did when it went over the top of the white acrylic marker.
Oh, yes. That's when you really see the kind of greenish tint.
It is, yeah. And you'll see that. You'll see that more. I feel like I'm going to sneeze.
Don't do that.
All right. If I have a burger hanging out, just tell me, okay?
Will do.
Okay. Now, this thing I was working on the other day, remember?
That was the one she started with last time.
And I said, oh, I love this blue. I want to bring in more blue. So all I did was go around the edges with that same blue that I used, on the stars, on the cards.
Upon theirs.
Cards. The ones that I just talked about. It's because I just had it on on my little, thing here. Miss Mariah said, I've got a teeter-tottering pile of these Hummers up here, and this is really not a good thing because I lost all of my... Yeah, and I don't know what I really do that for. I mean, it's just because it's handy, and I just shove them up there. And I have a special place over here to shove them. Another special place to shove them.
Shove 'em.
Shove them. You know,
Y'all have special
store
places.
them away in their proper little
That sounds
place.
much nicer, but that's okay. That's not really our style.
Yeah, okay. All right, so then what I did on this one, and I'm not going to do it, I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. Is because I really love this orange and blue. I covered the whole thing with the texture, the clear texture, gesso.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, that stuff. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to punch up those spots where that blue is going and adhere to the lines that I've got going here. Okay, so the next time you see this, you are just going to be absolutely gobsmacked by how absolutely fantastic it looks, because I'm going to work on this during my, you know, midnight
Evening.
doodling.
Okay, so hold it up into the, you know, camera. Give them a nice little slow by, and then give us some of that bottom piece there, because there we go. So y'all just, you know, put this in mental.
Yeah, it's not going to be the same. Okay, so this one, I went ahead and I took my.
Oh, Monica likes your ring on the
Oh, thank you.
right
thank you.
hand. I think that is your actual right. Yeah. What are the stones in that? Well, you've been asked that one before.
Coral, I'm pretty sure. All right, so I took my transparent red iron oxide and just did some little hoop-de-doos there.
Blocks.
Yeah. Now I
feel like hoop-de-doos are a little bit more.
Yeah, that's true.
This is blocks.
These are blocky.
Blocky.
These are blocky boos.
Blocky doos.
Okay, and I mean, you know, I can do all kinds of things on this where I've got paper showing through. I could hand it to Mariah and she could spray it. The reason I'm not going to is because of these little jobbers right there.
They will activate.
They will. Okay, now see here where I did go in and I put an orange wash over the top, and then I got a little carried away and I hit those dots there.
And then they blurbed
That's some
out.
more of that ink. Yeah, they blurbed out. Yeah. Okay.
So definitely keep in mind when you're using the various inks that, you know, which ink are you using and what's your kind of your
and
next plan.
Pay attention, because it obviously, you know, makes a difference. Okay, I'll put those over here. Hope I don't lose them. I might. Now, I've been working on this one also. And you saw this, and I actually saw this because when we were looking for the
She
other
knew.
one, I'm going, oh, look, there it is.
She's like, I've done a lot of work to that one.
I have. And I think it's coming along nicely. It's very carnival-y. It's very, you
I
know.
hold it up into the technology. Now that's some definite fabadoodling.
Yeah. And I'm having a lot of fun with that.
Hi, Sandra. We've also been working on our ATCs that are we're going to take to Baltimore.
Yeah.
Hello, Gayla.
All right, now, no, Brad told me don't be showing any more stamps. He's burnt out. I'm afraid we're gonna lose him.
We can't help you on that front, Gayla.
What
We're struggling ourselves.
what was she want?
She says she has no idea what to bring to Baltimore. Someone must put me out of my misery or choose my art supplies.
Oh, I know. I'm having the same thing, and I had a really bad dream. I was somewhere, and I was looking for my stuff, and I was just looking all over, and I couldn't find my stuff.
Oh, God.
It is real.
It is real.
It is real. I am telling you, it is real. Okay, two of my very favorite stamps
Hello, Widster.
for you know, doodling and you know, mark making type stuff are these two right here, and I don't even know what the names of them are.
I do.
Mariah does.
The one on the top there, that's Arty Squiggles. And the one below that, we call Jacks.
Yes.
They are both part of the style. Hold on, I'll tell you that here in just a second. Because they're in a foam stamp set. Like, you can buy the full set.
Yeah, here, I'm going to stamp them out here so that you can really
individually
see them and really appreciate. Because not only can you use them just like they are, you can use them as a guide for your...
Oh, actually, we did separate those out. So, okay, yeah, you do have to buy them individually because we waffled about that, whether we wanted to keep them all together as a set or whatever. But that particular one, that was a volume 1 Jax, or sorry, yes, that's Jax. And then that other one is the Arty Squiggles.
Get a better stamp here.
And you can buy, and they come in the, what, I think 4 or 6 inch? 4 and 6 inch? Oh, no, they're only... Oh, 4 inch. So yeah, they only come in the 4 inch, but you can get the markings, which that's what that one is, markings only, or the block version of it, which means it's like the outlined part, you know?
Yeah, it has the reverse.
Yeah.
I don't like that so much unless I'm doing, you know, like a card or something.
Yeah.
This is
more mark making.
And this is like when I use the mask rather than the stencil.
Mm-hmm.
The others are the stencil. That's kind of the way I look at it. Okay, I like them both, and I think they work really well for this business of, because this is a great start. Now what I can do is I can come in with the different colored Posca markers. I can come in with the Tombow things there, although they probably aren't going to show up too much on the areas where it's dark. And go ahead and do, you know, some interesting things. And remember, I went through and made these little cellular things with that earlier.
And I think once she does have all of these completed, or to a stage where, you know, she allows me to, you know, they're completed for that whatever moment in time. I will photograph them all. Some of them I already have, and then maybe put them into a paper set.
Okay, hey, that sounds like a winner. All right, I've been working on this, and I'm taking this to Baltimore because I'm really, you know, I'm kind of excited about it because I found this piece. Remember when I did the circles? I think, look at it. Isn't that going to be great? Kind of use those together. I went through and I cleaned up my entire area. Oh, I'm going to put this in here. And I got all of these little tiny scraps. And you might think this is really crazy, but I'm going to show you how it is important.
I don't know the day that we run out of little envelopes.
Oh, we've got a lot.
We've got a lot.
I'm
but
not.
let me tell you, she loves her little envelope and loves to just stuff an
And I
envelope.
found this guy, and this was going to become a pocket, and I was so happy that I cleaned up. And then I want this. This is
How did y'all hear that?
from.
I did.
I dug through the. We have this whole.
Chindy rug business or whatever,
And
right?
it's like a huge shopping bag full of these little pieces and scraps of paper. But look at this one that I found. Oh my gosh. Akiko, look at this.
Oh, I saved that for her. Or you
But
got
see,
plans?
look.
Oh, you're.
It goes with, it's the
does.
same technique. And I wished I could sew it on or something there, that peacock. I don't know.
There's probably a little whip stitch it or something.
I could whip stitch it. All right, now we haven't done anything to this, but I just wanted to show you that, and then I'm going to close this up and move this over here. Because all these little bits here, get my bits
Show
back.
me.
Recover the bits. I love this thing because I have managed, well, I do have a little, whatever. But my papers last in a long time. You remember what these look like. I've changed them. Am I in camera?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what did I do here? Well, when I looked at this, I said it needs yellow. It hurts my arm.
Should we build you a little platform? Puts it like in perfect.
I don't know. Something.
Really don't want to put you out.
I got a bad shoulder.
Well, maybe you need to work that out. Maybe do some of these.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
No more of those.
Uh-huh.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. So, have you seen it now?
Yeah.
Everybody seen it?
Yeah. They're perfect. That's the zone.
All right. If you look back at the last... Did we do this the last time? Or
Some of it.
yeah.
And you did then another little bit to it, but all of the drawing things, you sort of started some of the
Yes.
doodles.
All right. So I decided it needed yellow. And remember, I put the shiny stuff here and the shiny stuff here. And I found this ribbon that I rescued from Izzy's stuff.
Cabinet of despair
Cabinet of despair, as mother says.
and anger.
And then I put a little bitty, little thing. But this is from the little circular things. I just had these little pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Put those on there. And then this one up here. But look at that. That
really-
yellow just makes the world of difference.
It does. It really does. It kind of reminds me of the people that live up in the Himalayas, and they wear
and
the
prayer
really
flags.
well that and the really colorful clothing that is like
and yes, and embroidered.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you, Jen Jen.
Hey, and look, and it's done because I signed it.
That still doesn't stop her, but
Well, that's
it makes her pause.
That's my story, and I'm going with it. Okay, now I found. Look at this. Isn't this wonderful? Look at that, and then look at this side. I
Carol
found
said
this
the
in the
same.
drawer. I mean, in the drawer, in the bag, with the other goodies.
Oh, that's a good one.
And what I did to this, I don't know if you remember or not. I just felt like it wasn't. It didn't have that feeling of completeness. So all I did, I took a blue and I went over the whole thing. A really pale blue, and look at that.
Tied it all together.
And I did go over the compass rose there with the
white.
White. Didn't do a darn thing to that side because I think that one's just wonderful. Okay, so what did I do to this little jobber?
Thank you, Jennifer.
Well, I covered it with this on the back. And look at this little piece of stuff here.
You just found all the perfect little pieces.
I know. So, and then I had this little piece left over that I tore off of the other one, so I put it on the side here.
Very nice.
And then I had to put a little bit at the bottom here. And I don't know, did I have that on there the last time? I think I did.
I think so, because I kind of remember those XOXO.
But look at that little piece of, isn't that
It
just...
tells a little story about going camping.
Oh, maybe so.
I really feel like that.
Yeah, and they had a come to Jesus moment. And there was a lot of love and hugs involved.
I love it when it comes to Jesus comes with love and hugs.
There you go.
That's really how it should go.
All right. Well, these are going to go into the journal in one of the new things that I haven't been doing because I've been very focused on my
Doodles.
doodling. Oh, and here, and I wanted to show you this because this got buried.
Where?
Okay, the Stomach Ease tea, I mean to tell you, it really does work.
I like that stuff.
And the main ingredient in it is licorice, organic licorice root. And it has organic cardamom, fennel, coriander, peppermint, ginger, toasted brown rice, organic black pepper, and organic caramel flavor. I love this stuff. The smell makes me happy. Now, if you don't like licorice, you probably won't like
I don't
this.
care for licorice, but I don't actually mind that because it's not. I don't find it over. It's not.
Yeah.
It's a nice.
It
does.
is.
It
And
does
I think
settle.
the other flavors there kind of maybe balance it out. But these little packets make great little pockets. And you even have a little place there where you can glue them down. I mean, this is just... I'm sorry that I didn't start saving those sooner. But if you have those, I know a lot of people. And what I thought was really cool was because, remember, Akiko has a page where she... Well, actually, there's two. Uses tea bags. And it has a little thing. And I thought this would be really cute to bring this in. Now, I may do a little transparent gel printing over the top of this to make it integrate with the colors that are there. But look, I already got my little tag. Oh, and look. This is from the stuff that I take.
The probiotics. We also highly recommend
the
those.
probiotic bottle. I might just leave that on the back just for
Having
chuckles and
tummy
grins.
issues and things, you know.
Yeah. And I found a circle. Found another little piece of the cool paper.
Oh, and Evie showed I wasn't able to open all of them, but I did see the main one that Evie sent, and then I showed it to Pete of her hand Zentangle thing.
Yes.
That was fabulous.
Oh, I thought that was so cool. We had an astronaut come to school during, I don't know, our space science, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, we did a bulletin board, and I had first and second graders, so I had them all trace their hand, and they did a design, and then I put all of their hands around a big thing of the world. And yeah, that was to welcome Mark. All right, so there we go. Got that.
Oh, wonderful. Helen's popping in to say hello, and then that the Sea Journal stuff arrived today. She loves it. There's loads in there, yeah.
Yeah.
We always have, enough to make another book once we've done something.
Yeah. And we're pretty much toast on that, and yeah.
I've seasided.
We have decided that really, that's one of the reasons we send it away. We've saved some stuff, and we're just like, I don't want to do that again. I've already done that.
Yeah. And even if I do it, because if I do Seaside again, I'd rather it be like that it, came back with different things in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It has to travel the world and pick up new Seaside things.
Okay, well, this is -1 gear because I took the other gears on the card. And Mary, if you joined us today, you get to, okay. All right, now we're going to get back to what I was working on. And what I was working on looked very similar to this.
Y'all remember this from the last one, because it was sitting there for a long time.
It was kind of sitting over here. You can see it had a lot of, and actually, what was that?
So
What
two streams ago, you did the blocking.
Yes, and I think it was the stencil that was on there was
I don't remember.
the one that Brad designed, that has the holes in it, and I redesigned it. Cut around the edge, whatnot. I don't know what it's called. But it makes cracks. It looks cracky.
Oh, well, the original is Crackling Marble. The new one, which is in the shop, both are in there, is Frackin' or Frackin' Crackle.
Yeah. I don't know if it was the one that I remade from, it was kind of a Franken stencil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it was kind of a play on, fracking plus franking.
Cracking.
And franken, my brain goes places.
Okay. All right. So, what I did is I went ahead and I did my ink work on this. Actually, I was just kind of following the little patterns of things that were out there and, doing little squiggles and lines and whatnot. I'm going to put that up in the technology.
Isn't that cool looking?
So,
Oh, Maya.
it did not start out squishy looking like that. Mariah took it down. I said, I need you to photograph this. She said, okay, no problem. So she just grabbed it and took it down there. She came back and she had
I'm like,
stuff.
what is this?
What-
Why is this happening?
Why is this all over me?
And like, it wasn't like it was all over the box. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Okay, so what
You
happened?
need to contain this.
And then I told her, I said, well, I think we need some of that spritzing spray that somebody talked about, but we forgot what it was. If you were that person, could you please send us a message?
Yeah.
We need to get some of that. So I thought, well, okay, I don't have any of that, so what's the next best thing? I took old acrylic over here.
Blickerick.
Blickerick. Put a goodly amount down. Probably way more than I needed, but I didn't want to have to, worry that it wasn't being covered. And then I put this down on it. Okay? Picked it up, and this is what was left.
Isn't that
This is
cool?
what was left on the plate. Okay, so I'm having, yeah. I mean, I'm just losing it. I'm going, oh my God, I've just totally screwed up one of my plates because I thought it was stained.
Oh, because it's the ink.
Ink.
So you were having a moment.
I was having a moment, so I was like, okay, I'm sitting here, I'm going, okay, what can I do? What can I do?
Maybe
And
get this up.
I spent a good 5 minutes,
Bibble babbling.
I wasn't pondering, I was panicking.
Straight up panic.
Straight up panic. And so I thought, okay, I'm just going to
writing
grab some Amsterdam. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to try to get that off of there as soon as possible. So I put it down, and I waited till the paper felt. I couldn't tell any difference between the paper and my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I did not do. I mean, we're talking about 10-15 minutes because that was all I could handle. And pulled it off, and voila, every bit of it came off. But you can see here.
And there was probably a barrier to the plate. Because you have to think, you had, right? So
I put the blick acrylic down. So there was, yes. I would never put this stuff straight on the plate. I would not do that. If you're feeling really...
Well, some people don't care about their plates being stained and this, that, the other.
I wouldn't do it.
She wouldn't do it. But she doesn't do, there's certain things she doesn't do. Actually, I'm kind of surprised that you put just the gloss medium.
Oh, I've done it before. But here's the brayer off from this. So what happened was there was still enough ink on that surface there.
Yeah.
That it tainted all of this around here and made it kind of a muckety-muck alabastery. But isn't it wonderful? Look at it.
She's like, I gotta show you this.
I know. Here, see,
Is that thing still active?
Here's the little, this is the signpost. It says, turn left at the next crossroad. So you can see how it came off.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to try to replicate.
Oh, Deb, hold on. Get out your glass pens. We're going to replicate.
We're going to replicate, or an attempt to. I'm going to use this smaller one here because I really like this blue.
Okay, so talk about the ink for a bit, for a moment.
Okay.
So we really understand which ink did this.
This is the one that Akiko sent with her feather pen. And you can see there.
So what kind is it? I'm going to see if
It
I can find
doesn't say.
Well, there's wording on the front.
It says the feather pen ink from the writing collection. And remember, I got this all over me when I was trying to get the lid off. I didn't put that lid back on. I'm just going to
found it.
Did you find it? What does it say?
It says, so it is feather pen ink. Well, I don't know. Let me see that front of that again for just a second. Don't dump it or anything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, a little bit different font or something, but I think this is the same stuff. It looks very similar.
Okay. So, we know a lot of things here about this ink already. What I did notice is when I was using it and I would go onto the paper,
Hi, Carla.
it does different things on the paper than it does on the painted surface of the...
Which makes sense. Because,
Yeah,
I mean, stamped ink does the same thing. A lot of inks in general are designed to dry upon contact with paper.
And the thing is, I don't really, when I start out doing this, I just go along here and you can see when I hit that porous paper, it acts totally different than it does over here on the painted surface. And I wanted to make that really, I wanted to drive that point home.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get that business going on there. And I really meant to work on this a little bit more and have more stuff going on here, but we're going to do a, you know, a quick version.
Mm-hmm. A quickie.
A quickie. And I'm going to do, you know, more calligraphic lines here rather than my little, I spent a lot of time on that other one. But I thought this might be kind of cool, you know, to do this Asemic type writing on here and see if it comes off when I tried to seal it. It's kind of hard to do this on this paper because it catches. This is mealy. The paper. Rough, and I get I get that point stuck in those little holes, and I'm trying to make it so that you can see me doing this at the same time. But you can see with these glass pens, the reason I prefer them to the, you know, regular flat is because, number one, they hold a lot more ink. Now, I would like sometimes for this to be less blobby and have a little bit more of a finer point to it. But most of the time, I don't really, you know, that is not an issue.
Yes, exactly, Deb. That's a good call. She says, thank you for the link for the feather pen ink. It is fountain pen ink and very likely not pigment ink because of that. Yes. Yeah.
And see, that's a good point. Now, the other thing that I like about it, as opposed to something that has the what gum arabic that India ink has in it, you don't have to worry about it globbing up your pen. Because I can just wash this out in water and it just comes right out.
No, Paula, and that's exactly what we're kind of talking about here. You know, a minus is a plus kind of thing. Yeah. So she says, are these smudge proof? No, like it will get on you, and especially where it is on the paint, it does not dry.
No.
And that's what we're talking about, but that's how she got that print. So it's kind of a way to create a cool transfer. Number one, you're going to seal that piece that she's working on right now. And then you get a cool transfer pole from...
I'm just doing some scribbly lines here because I want to show you what... Okay, and see? Take it over. Done. Rinsed off. Now, if that were India ink or something else, I'd have to take that to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I would have to get some ammonia, because that's what I used to cleanse my tips with. Ammonia, which is
rough stuff.
Evil stuff. And this lid on this, I know why they have that other thing. This lid is not tight.
Yeah.
Because I shook it and I had it all over the place again.
Yeah, I thought we talked about that.
Yeah, I know. I thought we did too, but you know.
She needed some more talking to.
I needed some more talking to. All right. Now, let's see here. I want to get...
So Miriam says, so